Bill, what are some tips you can give us to help keep our guitars in good condition and lasting longer?
All right. Well, one of the main things that you can do is keep your guitar humidified. Keep some moisture in the wood. We live in a desert climate. The seasons are always changing. You'll get changes in humidity, which will drastically affect your guitar.
And so if you're not thinking about taking care of your guitar and the weather's changing, what can happen?
Your woods will warp. It'll one of the most drastically affected places on the guitar will be the neck of the guitar. As the moisture changes, it'll bend back and forth, and temperature things will have a pretty dramatic effect as well. It's actually really similar to like a kitchen sponge. When you see it dried out, it's a very similar material to wood. It's the porous cellular kind of thing.
And it's rather brittle too. You'd think of a dry piece of wood could be brittle.
Yep, it will. It'll become more brittle and actually shrink and warp. And you can see when you add moisture to a sponge, it'll expand in there.
And it just puffs right up and gets very soft and pliable.
And it'll be that original shape that the sponge was. So you want to maintain the moisture level in your guitar consistent as well. And this is actually a part of a humidifier that you can stick in this little thing that, hold it up so the camera can see. It just lays right there in your strings and will keep the moisture in the body of the guitar.
Oh, now that's interesting. So you're right. We live in a climate that changes constantly. So by keeping this in there and checking this particular piece and making sure that it has the moisture in it, you're protecting your guitar.
You are, yeah. And guitars are generally constructed in more humid climates than we live in, and then we ship them here and they'll dry out, so you just want to make sure and keep your guitar humidified. Okay,
but now is there a problem if something happens? How can you repair it if it's too late and we've got a warped edge or some cracking in the wood?
Yeah, definitely, and that's actually something that you'll just want to have checked on fairly regularly. There's a steel rod that runs down the length of the neck that has an adjustment inside that you can bow the neck back and forth with a fitting in there.
Okay, and you can do that for us, but we can actually take care of some of this stuff for ourselves at home.
You can, yeah. You can make some. You want to keep your adjustments minor. I've seen some people that make pretty dramatic adjustments to their truss rods, and it ends up causing more problems with their neck because they're bending it and then bending it back. And so if you make your adjustments subtle, you can handle some things yourself, but you really should have a qualified repairman look at it fairly regularly.
And that would be Bill, right here at KSM. And this piece right here, this humidifier, you sell here at KSM?
We do, yeah. They're, I think, about $15, maybe less, something like $12.
Yeah, so for $12 or $15 or whatever it is, you can actually prevent damages from happening and having to bring them to you, so something you want to be aware of. What else can we do to make our guitars maintenance free from the repair shop?
I guess some of the other issues that we deal with are intonation. I'll show you that.
Okay, intonation. Yeah, not being a musician, I'm not sure what that means.
It's making sure that your guitar is in tune with itself.
Oh, okay.
So you can tune up the strings when they're open to the correct pitch, and then if you play up the neck, you'll find that chords go out of tune, and you just won't enjoy the experience as much.
Okay.
And there are some adjustable saddles on electric guitars and some acoustic guitars that will change the string length so that you can make it so all of the frets will play in tune. And that's one of those things that we can do for you.
Now, I wonder if there is a particular tool that does that, because that's a unique thing, or can somebody do that at home as well?
They could, yeah. It's a one. I guess to describe how that happens, the way that I do that is I'll play a harmonic, and this is, I guess, going to be a little bit technical guitar talk for a minute. Okay. But if you play a harmonic on the 12th fret and then fret the 12th fret, those two notes should sound the same. And if they're not, then you have to adjust the bridge saddle back and forth, which you can do by trial and error. But basically, if the string is flat, you need to shorten the string, and if the string is, or the note is sharp when you fret it, compared to the harmonic.
It's making sense to me, believe it or not. So then you actually would tighten it more.
Yeah, yeah. If it's, so you play the harmonic, and then if the note when you fret it is flat, you're gonna lengthen the string. No. You're going to shorten the string, and if you play the harmonic and then fret the note and it's sharp, then you're going to lengthen the string.
Very interesting. Well, you can take care of your guitars at home by doing some of this stuff, but Bill, you're available every day to come down here and actually service guitars as well.
Yes, I am. I'm here every day. The tools are simple. It's all going to be a Phillips screwdriver and a regular hex wrench, usually about 5/100ths of an inch if you can find one that small.
Okay, for that particular fix. All right, well, strings, there's got to be a number of issues that you deal with every day or every week.
Yeah, strings are a common one. Generally, you want to replace your strings somewhere around 3 months. Again, that depends on how much you play. Some of the professional players will replace it after every single time that they play a show. Other people won't touch their guitar for 3 months, and so you can change it every 6 months or a year. But
well, keynote today, I think this is a must-have. Your humidifier here in Utah.
Yeah, if you have an acoustic instrument, especially, just definitely want to make sure and keep it humidified.
Well, KSM Music is going to take care of your guitars and anything else you might need repair, but you can do stuff at home. Find out. In fact, come on in and talk to Bill about some specific things you might have questions about.
And we do a lot of modifications as well. You want to change out components of your guitars and things. We can rebuild and repair, replace almost anything.
And that really personalizes it again, right? To your own.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, Bill.